Hello, YouTube. It's really late in the UK at the moment. It's 10 to 11. It's late for me. I kind of I get myself busy in the day. I try and keep busy, walk a lot, but then when it gets to night time, my brain is just frazzled. But anyway, tonight I'm just going to have a little talk about this album by Black Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy. Now, this album for me, I mean, I love Black Sabbath. I always have. But when this album came out, this was a kind of, I just felt it was a departure from what they normally did. They had a very distinct sound, and you could kind of tell that they were Black Sabbath pretty much as soon as Ozzy sang, to be honest. But then when there was tracks like this, also not monetized, and I hope I don't get kind of struck down for this, but see, this track, I don't know. Back then, obviously, it was a great. Back then, it was just confusing for me, especially because I was so used to Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Paranoid, and all them albums, and then this one as well. That's a beautiful song, though. It's alright. So yeah, there was that one as well, which again, at the time, kind of threw me back a little bit. This one as well. Sorry, you have to just wait a little bit for these silly adverts. They go on for ages, it's just ridiculous. This part, yeah, definitely Black Sabbath. But it's more I don't know how to put it, but it's more that how Ozzy's singing. It's just kind of different. It's more modern. I have to actually check when this album was. Was this their last album? Because I think it was actually. Let's have a look. Was Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy the last album with Ozzy Osbourne? No. Technical Ecstasy was not the last album with Ozzy Osbourne. It was the second to last album, the original lineup, the first studio album. Oh, okay, yeah, it was never saying that. Okay, so no, it wasn't the last album, but it was the second to last album. So even though I just felt back then anyway, and we are talking years ago when I was a kid, when I first listened to this album, and even the artwork itself, it was just, that's not, you know. And I think mainly that was down to Iommi, because I truly think that when it came to the end of their albums and that's probably another reason why Ozzy got fired. Rest in peace, because Iommi wanted a different sound, so he chose people like Dio and all that, who had a much kind of better range than what Ozzy had. I mean, I'm an Ozzy fan. I haven't got any albums that doesn't have Ozzy in them because I'm just not interested in them. It's not that I don't like Dio or the other guy. It's just I'm not, that kind of singing isn't really my kind of style. I like it either growly stuff or like Ozzy sang. So yeah, it's got a nice little back. Sorry, a bit of a. It's got a nice little back pictures of all the band. So I mean, it was original Sabbath. I mean, don't get me wrong, but for me anyway, it was just such a departure. I felt. So I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, it's my own personal opinion. So other people might say, no, no, this definitely sounded like Black Sabbath, and I'm not going to argue with you. I'm really not. It's it's all music is it's a personal thing, if you get what I mean. But yeah, Technical Ecstasy. It was one of them albums that took me actually a while to kind of get into. I had them all on vinyl back in the day, but this album I just didn't play as much. And then I think I remember it was quite a few years later actually when I started to get, because obviously I played the album so many times, and as we know, vinyl, if you don't really look after them, they tend to go. And as a kid and that, moving a lot, stuff got scratched and whatnot. But yeah, so I didn't get back to it for a while. Then I started to listen it to again, and like tracks like Backstreet Kid, the track we heard a little while ago, All Moving Parts Stand Still, She's Gone, Rock and Roll Doctor. I'm still kind of, I know it sounds odd, but I'm still, it's a good song. I mean, I don't dislike any track of Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne in it, but if I was going to say there was one track that is just not my favourite, would be Rock and Roll Doctor. Gotta be my rock and roll doctor. Gotta see my rock and roll doctor. Great lyrics, though. And I kind of understood what he was talking about. But then again, he didn't write that. But and there's another thing as well. A lot of people say that Ozzy Osbourne never wrote for Black Sabbath. Well, he wrote The Wreck and he wrote Black Sabbath. He also contributed a lot of ways with what I do with my guitar. I play off the top of my head. So, for example, I only would sit there and he'd just jam away, and Ozzy would be just like just singing away off the top of his head, and some of them lyrics would actually go into some of the songs. So he did play a very big part in their music. Also with the melodies as well. He played a big part in the melodies. We would hum certain things, and Iommi would sit there, or Geezer as well, would sit there and jam and, put it together. So, yeah. Yeah, like I say, it's just one of them albums that for me took me a long time to really kind of get into. But when I did get into it, it is, again, I haven't got a favourite album. You can't, if anyone says to me, what's my favourite Black Sabbath album, I haven't got one. Honestly, I love them all. Haven't got a favourite, really. When it comes to Ozzy Osbourne's solo stuff, it's definitely Bark at the Moon. But that's also for different reasons. But I ain't going to go into that. But that's, it's not bad things. It's just, it was a timeline in my life where I was young. I was, I don't know, just doing dumb shit. And I don't know, it just came along at the right time. It was just something that when I listened to, I just felt it. I thought, yes, this is. I remember at school, I even, on the back of one of my leather jackets, I've had loads of leather jackets in my time, but I drew the actual picture on the back of my jacket. And I did a damn good job because I'm quite good at copying stuff. But off the top of my head, I can't draw for nothing. But I can copy stuff though. It's the same with kind of like music with my guitar. I can kind of copy stuff off my ear. Don't do tabs, can't read music, know nothing about music theory. I just tend to listen to something, work on it. May not be the right chords, this and that, but it kind of sounds the same, you know. So that's it really. It's only a 10-minute video, and it's late and I'm going to bed now. And I just thought I've been meaning to do this for a good couple of weeks, to be fair. I just haven't got round to it. I've just been too busy. But yeah, technical ecstasy. Technical ecstasy. Tend to talk too fast as well, apparently. What people say. Yeah, so technical ecstasy. One of the albums from Black Sabbath that totally threw me when it came out. And also the artwork did as well. I mean, I'm not so, artwork to me is subject and it's artwork. I don't, I'm more of a lyric kind of guy. I listen to the lyrics. And if the lyrics are good and if the lyrics are positive and they say certain things, then I like. Especially these days, there are certainly some bands I don't listen to. Even like heavy metal bands, I won't listen to anymore. Simply because some of the lyrics that they sing about, it's just not in my heart. No. Anyway, so that's it. Short and sweet. Black Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy, an absolute masterpiece. To be fair, it is. It just took me a long time to get into. But it is what it is. That's music. But now I consider it, like I say, a masterpiece. And I think that was mostly down to Iommi and his wanting to get a little bit more technical. Maybe that's why it was called Technical Ecstasy. Probably look into that, because I like to study about stuff. So yeah, I should probably look into that myself and find out why it was called Technical Ecstasy. Because I believe that's probably why. It's because Iommi wanted to, get a little bit more technical and get a little bit more different, experiment more, which he very much did with Dio and all the other singers he had. Anyway, that's it. It's just a short video. You all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your families, and just be good. You all take care now. Peace out. Digital dogs. Woof woof.